Donald Trump will be sworn in as the 45th President of the United States in just 5 days' time. But Americans seem as divided as ever, with more and more House Democrats opting to boycott the inauguration. Joining us now from Las Vegas is American broadcaster, author and Trump supporter Allyn Root. Good morning to you. I know Trump doesn't take much notice of the polls, but a new Gallup poll showing he is the lowest rating of any incoming president. 44% of Americans approve, and that's fallen since the election. Is the shine starting to rub off him?
Well, he hasn't even started one day at the White House yet, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. You know, here's a guy who in the transition period, Natalie, between the election and swearing in on Friday, January 20th, between that period, he brought thousands of jobs back to America, and he's not even president yet. So I think there's a divide in America. There's a divide between all the people that create jobs like me and all the people who just don't get it, and they're going to wind up unemployed if they keep on not getting it.
So let's go to the inauguration. He's made these comments which have offended the civil rights legend John Lewis, who he says they're offensive. People are starting to boycott. He's obviously had trouble getting people to perform, and that there could be hundreds of thousands of protesters. What do you think it will be like on Friday for the inauguration?
Well, I'll be there. I'm actually honored and proud to say I'm a guest of President Donald Trump. I'm on his friends and family list, and I've got access to all the events, so I will be there right by his side for the inauguration. I'll be there for the ball. I'll be there for all the big events. There'll be plenty of protesters, but there'll be thousands of police officers, thousands of Secret Service, and more importantly, 5,000 motorcycle riders for Donald Trump that will position themselves between the protesters and all of Donald Trump's fans and supporters. Thank goodness for the bikers. These guys are great, and most of them are veterans, military veterans on Harley-Davidsons who love Donald Trump just like I do. We have lots of support in America for Donald Trump, believe me. Yeah,
obviously. But, gee, it's different to 2009 when Barack got in. That was so momentous, so much joy, a handful of arrests the whole day. It's a really different feel, isn't it?
Well, it's a different feel depending on what side of the fence you're on. Natalie, you know, I'm a big conservative in America, and for me, Barack Obama's election in 2008 was a terrible day of mourning, and the next 8 years were misery. He hurt jobs, he hurt the middle class, he destroyed the economy, he killed GDP. Every job created for 8 years was a part-time, low-wage jobs. The border was open, illegals flooded in by the thousands. More businesses closed than open each day for the first time in the history of America. So for guys like me who own businesses, it was 8 years of disaster. We couldn't stand Obama. And for people who don't understand that stuff and collect a government check, a welfare check, I guess they were happy. Now they're unhappy, and now I'm thrilled, and I feel like it's a morning in America again. It's time for prosperity for the people who own the businesses, that risk their own money, who do everything right. It's time to stop running a country for the people who are dysfunctional and run a country for the people who make jobs go.
Yeah, and that is his big test now, isn't it, to live up to all those promises. Wayne, thank you very much. Enjoy it on Friday.
Thanks,
we'll talk
Natalie.
to you soon.